Hey baby doll, how you doing? Today we're gonna go through a very dangerous video. So dangerous, someone might just shoot me in the head with a water pistol for it. How do establishment scum manipulate Bitcoin prices down? I'm gonna show you exactly how they do it and why. And you will now see, after this video, you will now see why Gary Gensler wants to stop the Bitcoin spot ETF. You will see why he wants to delay it as much as possible. You will see why the US Fed is in cahoots with JP Morgan and Bank of America. By the way, they actually have private ownership of the Fed. They have shares in it. So they're all the banking establishment scum. They've been doing this to gold. And I'm going to show you exactly what they do. Because you just hear, manipulation, manipulation. No, I'm going to walk you through it. And it all starts with the CME. So let's do a hypothetical. Here I am, and he's a government guy. A government guy walks across me, and he says, "Hello, your friend Somi. We've been watching the pornography that you watch. And if you don't help us keep Bitcoin and crypto down, we're going to tell the world what you've been watching." And I will say, "Well, sir, I didn't choose that pornography fetish. It chose me. But they put a bag over my head, put me in a van, and they take me away. So I have to help them." And the funny part is, they don't actually need my help. They already know how to do this. Okay, so let's start. You have to understand, even though there is a finite supply of Bitcoin, there is liquidity which moves the market. And the liquidity are the bids and the offer. This is a live screenshot from Live CoinWatch. There is $345 million on the bid, $355 million on the ask. You can see the spread's 2% each way. It's about 20,500, 400 Bitcoin on each side. So 20,400 on bid and offer. So yeah, that really means if you want to smash it down more than 2%, you start cracking 20,000 Bitcoin. Our chosen market maker of scum evil acting ability will be Citadel. Because who knows, man, maybe they do it. Maybe they know how to do it. You're going to see the beauty of how this works. I've traded with an auto spreader. I've traded on CME. I know the ins and outs. I've sat there tick for tick. I know how it all works because that's how I used to make my day trading money. I needed to know how this works inside and out like the back of my hand. Okay? So this is not guesswork. I sat here and I did this. Let's move on. So, okay. So first you understand, right? Now there's liquidity that moves the market. You don't have infinite bids and offers. That's how the market moves. The market moves because somebody has hit market up. They do not leave a resting bid. They hit up to the offer. They don't leave a resting offer. They smack down. All right? That's what actually moves it. The market finds equilibrium. Now, in this example, I have, to simplify it, a good actor and a bad actor. The good actor is Binance, right? Good actor, they have real Bitcoin, Binance, all right? And then the bad actor on the left is CME. They're the actual bad actor. And if I could put it for you in a sentence, which you have not heard this before, I know you haven't because I've seen everyone. No one actually knows this. So why is Binance good? Do you want to know why Binance is good? Binance is good because to sell, which is mean either sit on the offer, so spoofing it, leave a limit order, or actually hit down, you need Bitcoin in your inventory. So to sell Bitcoin, you need to own it first. And you're thinking, of course, sir, of course, this is so logical. How could it be any other way? Unfortunately, there is another way. The CME, to sell Bitcoin, you need US dollars in your account. And the CME, obviously, CME here there's accounts JP Morgan, JP Morgan. There is Bank of America. Everyone's got an account there. And then you say, all right, but they're two different markets. What happens? This is where Citadel comes in. Citadel help. Okay, you got to imagine this, all right? Someone has a big offer here. Someone has a big, let's get a big juicy arrow. someone has a big offer for Bitcoin and they want it to go down. A big offer. They can, because you only need US dollars to sell this, theoretically, you can print money. Theoretically, it happens. They print money, they just put it in the account, and they go, okay, you can offer 30 million Bitcoin. You know, you can do that. There's no limits on it. Like, you can offer more Bitcoin on that exists. Or because you need US dollars, which they print, to put in the account. This is what they do with gold, by the way. So this is how they can spiff it down. So what happens is, when they sell down, when someone like hits market down on the CME, there are people on the bids here. You see these blue boxes? That's what happens. These are people on the bids, different accounts. They are on the bids. And what happens, friends? When they get filled, because they're auto spreading, they're hedging between. When they get filled on one side, so this guy gets filled, he's like, we're long 1,000 Bitcoin. What do we do? What he does is, he goes, his order spread, this happens in a millisecond, right? Literally in a millisecond, his order goes to Binance, right? And they hit market down. So they actually hit into this bid, this little blue box. They go bang, they hit there, and the price goes down to match. They're moving in lockstep. So that's what happens. So someone who has nothing, doesn't even own Bitcoin, can go to CME and just start pummeling it down, and the market makers will move it across. However, now you know now, right? You now know, to sell all the Bitcoin, you need Bitcoin in your inventory. So yes, theoretically, like, okay, they can't send it to zero, but if you can do this at critical moments in the market, you can break certain levels, you can absorb certain prices to help dampen the price. You can do this and it slows it down. They know it can't go to zero, but they can stop it growing. They can stop the nuclear moonshot. That's their whole intention. Just like gold didn't go to zero, right? So, in our future, we are going to make the world more transparent. Chainlink is going to have a price oracle. So this bullshit pricing, this all happens on internal databases between CME and Bitcoin, and everybody gets their databases. So hopefully one day in the future, Chainlink is going to be feeding prices from different areas, right? It's going to be feeding prices and they're going to go off Uniswap because we can all verify everything that goes on. Because remember, to sell Bitcoin on Uniswap, you actually need Bitcoin. You can't send it down because of, I put US dollars in my account. So if Tether prints $1 trillion and sends it to Uniswap, they can't sell Bitcoin. They can't impact the price. But if JP Morgan sends $100 billion to the CME, yeah, they can impact the price down. This is what happens in the background. The future of blockchain, we're going to make things more transparent. So we know, it's beautiful things, right? The Ethereum guys, why is this built? This was all built because Ethereum philosophy is, not everything is a scam out there. Yeah, there are a lot of scams like this, but we can build a better system. We can improve it. And this is how the prices get manipulated down. This is why we're moving to a better future. But until this thing is finally cracked, unfortunately, this is why we're going to see CME be the thorn in our side. And this, obviously, this whole system breaks down when there is a run on the bank. So the only way for this to actually crack is if people, say, go to Binance and they withdraw their Bitcoin. They go to spot exchanges like Coinbase, they actually buy and they withdraw. But man, we know the government, right? This is their number one option. But they have emergencies. They can just declare Bitcoin like an enemy of terrorists. If there are too many bank Bitcoin runs and they can't keep a lid on the price anymore, they can just say Binance is a terrorist organization, CCP. Of course they'll do that, but they don't need to do that now. That's why we're getting in now. Let them play this game when Bitcoin is 300K, 400K, 500K, maybe by 2030. Let them play that game then. Right now, we know this bullshit game. This is why Bitcoin on CME, it's cursed. It's cursed forever. And that's why everything on Uniswap, man, it's going to be beautiful. This is probably why we're going to see Bitcoin dominance go down. This is going to propel our bags to the future because the manipulation here is not as ripe. So remember, this manipulation does happen. It's happening right now. I mean, if I could describe this to you from a dusty room, just imagine what they're really doing behind the scenes, okay? But we don't lose hope. We know the future is on Ethereum using Chainlink Oracles, and we're going to pump